ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 4, verse number 1. So in the previous chapter we studied Krishna's. He asked his father Vasudeva to take him to Gokula in exchange with the girl who was born to Yashoda and bring her back. So this is after when he was told, and Vasudeva went and all the gates opened, and the guards, they fell asleep. There was a heavy rain and he was protected by Shesha from the rain, and he goes to Gokula and exchanges Krishna with the girl and brings her back. So this is what we studied, and in this chapter now it will be described how when the girl started crying, then comes and tries to kill her, but she slips off into the air and tells that the person who is going to kill you is already born. So then he calls for a meeting with his ministers and they advise him that he should kill all young born babies. So this is chapter 4. If there is any question before we begin, I think somebody had some question in the previous class.
Yes, Babaji, I have a question from last time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, maybe I should recap a little to phrase the question. So, I think that there were two interpretations given of what was happening. One was that there was Yashoda was tired after giving birth, and she forgot Apagata Smriti that she had given birth, whether she had given birth to a boy or a girl. So, as such, when the girl was taken away, she did not know this, and then replaced with a boy. So that's the common understanding, that she gave birth to one girl, and Devaki gave birth to one boy, and then the switch happened. The boy went to Yashoda, who had forgotten who she had given birth to because of the labor of labor, and then the girl went to Devaki. Now the second interpretation was that Yashoda gave birth to two children. First, she gave birth to Krishna, and then she gave birth to Yogamaya. And in the second interpretation, then the boys were Vasudeva Krishna were lost in the Yamuna when Vasudeva was walking through, and Vrindavan Krishna was found in the Yamuna and he was taken to Yashoda's side, and the girl was then taken back. In both cases, Yashoda did not know that she had, in the second case, she did not know she had given birth to two children, a boy and a girl. So in the second interpretation, I had a question about the second interpretation. So Yashodananda Patnicha Jatam Param Abudhata Natalingam Parishranta Nidraya Agata Apagata Smriti. So here, first interpretation is Param means Kevalam Jatam Abudhata Natu Putra Kanya Vaiti Tasya Jatasya Kinyam. So whether she had a boy or a girl, she did not know. That was the first. The second was Param Sarvotkrishtam Abudhyata Tan Madhya Aswada Shaktya. So second interpretation was that she realized or she knew that she had given birth to a Sarvotkrishtam, I don't know how to translate that, a baby of that nature. But she did not know Parmeshwara, that he was Parmeshwara. So that was the interpretation of Vishnu Chakravarti. Then the question is, what did she forget in this case? Nidraya Apagata Smriti.
Well, if there are two born, then she has to forget that only one was born. So let me read what is written. So param kevalam jatam abudhyata na tu putra kanyavati tasya jatasya chinnam tatra hetu parishranta ti saukumaryat prasvotha shramyata prasvanta cha anandena shramopshantya cha nidra. So this is the first interpretation, that she gave birth to a girl and she did not know whether it is a boy or girl. Kinchatra chakara samuchaya tha vasudeva patni tatha nand patni cha jatam swagarbhut उत्पन्नम अपत्यम परम सर्वोत्कृष्टम अबुध्यत तन्माधुर्य आस्वाद शक्त्या एव तद्दत्या तदय स्वरूपभूत आनंदम अनुभव गोचरी चकार किंतु तस्य लिंगम परमेश्वरम एव इति लिंगम विशेषण न बुध्यते इति भेद. So in the second it says that she did not know that he is supreme, right? That is the difference between her and Devaki.
So is it that she forgot that he was Parmeshwara? but she has to know something and then convert it. So is that the explanation? Or?
Well, he's not commenting on the forget part here. He's only commenting on this part that param jatam na buddhyata. Talingam na buddhyata. That's what he's commenting. He's not saying anything about apgata smriti in relationship.
So that's what I was trying to piece together how it would be consistent with the overall verse, and I couldn't. That's why the question.
So in the second interpretation, the forgetfulness is not that he was Bhagwan and then she forgot. That's not the interpretation. I mean, in the second one also, if you want to say forgot, she did not remember whether it is a boy or girl. That the difference is only in that part, that param abuddhata na talingam, when he was that she did not know the gender. And she forgot, so you can apply the same. Now second interpretation, the extra thing he's adding is that she did not know that he is God. But forgetfulness is about the gender also. So the lingam you have to apply in both sides. One is linga he is using in the sense of vishesha. Lingam vishesham parameshwaro ayama. Another part is lingam as gender. Is it clear or not?
I'll think about it. Thank you, Maharaj.
But the bigger problem is not that. Bigger problem is that she gave birth to two and then she finds only one. That is
Yes, this is correct.
That is the bigger problem. Because they are not saying anything. If she gave birth to two and then she sees only one, so what happened to the other one? So she gave birth to two. When Krishna was born, right after birth he left. And then the other one came, so she only thought she has given birth to one. So he is the one who came out of Yamuna. And that's what the one he carried, Vasudeva. Right? Because you have to accommodate that also. She gave birth. She was giving birth. But she didn't remember that she gave to two. She only saw one. So she thought she has given birth only to one. But yes.
Yeah, so I guess that was my question. My question about this is, if when Vasudeva is crossing the Jamuna, he comes out of the Jamuna with this Braja Krishna, but there's already a Braja Krishna born to Yashoda.
That's what I'm saying. The one who was born to Yashoda, he jumped out from there and came to Yamuna. And that is the one he picked up. When Krishna fell down from Vasudeva's hands, so that was one who fell down was Vasudeva Krishna.
Yeah.
And then when he picks up, that is Yashodanandan. So he carries Yashodanandan there and puts him there,
Right.
where he was already there, but he disappeared from there.
Or could there be a third one?
No.
In other words, he pulls like this third one out of the Jamuna, and then that merges with the one that was born to Yashoda.
Well, then you have to understand that Yashoda has to now remember that there are two. So that is also explained, that Vasudeva Krishna went, and then when he went there, he got into Vrajiya Krishna. But then he has to go to Vraj, Vasudeva Krishna. So anyway, whichever explanation you give, the main point which is made here from this interpretation is that Yashoda gave birth to Krishna. And now what you have to explain is that if she gave birth to Krishna and she gave birth to the girl also, then how is that she did not know? That's the main question. Whether Krishna leaves from there and comes to Yamuna, and from there he carries him, or he remains there and the Vasudeva Krishna merges into him, that's not a big problem. Bigger problem is that she gave birth to two, but she remembers only one. Yes, Sandeep.
So Babaji Maharaj, I was thinking that there must be some Bai who assisted in.
अरे रात को अंधेरा में कोई बाई नहीं थी यार. I told you it was midnight, heavy rain, completely dark. Which maid servant will come there?
The generally midwives are there now for childbirth.
Not in villages like that. You have to call them. There was no phone, so everybody is sleeping. It was described that all the servants of Yashoda were sleeping when he went there. They worked in the daytime, at night sleep. And they have good sleep because there are no worries. These days people are worried, so many worries, they don't have good sleep. And even with good sleep, she lost the memory. So that is because Parishranta. Okay?
Babaji, I also had a question about this param. So, I understood that Devaki, the difference was that Devaki understood that Krishna was God, but Yashoda did not. But then it says also Yashoda understood that he is param.
Yashoda understood?
Yeah, that's what I heard from the last time, as you read it. She did understand that he is param, but doesn't it say in the commentary?
Okay, you can take line. Yatha Vasudaya Patni tatha Nanda Patni cha jatam svagarbhad utpannam apatyam param sarvotkristam abudhyata. Yeah, that's what he writes. Tan madhuri aswad shakti eva taddatya tadiya sarup bhutanand manubhav gochri chakara. So param here is only in the sense of supreme ananda and not as supreme God.
Okay.
Means she enjoyed supreme bliss which Devaki did not enjoy, which means she did not know his God. Same thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Because he says, Tasya lingam parmeshwarayam evaiti lingam vishesam na buddhyata. He says that she did not know that he is Parmeshwara after that. Anything else? Yes.
I didn't really understood when Vasudeva is bringing back the girl. And then it has been said that he knew that this girl will be killed by merciless by Kamsa. So then what was the argument that because they say that
Well, the argument which he gave was that because of his love for Krishna, he did not deliberate on this.
okay. Okay.
Because it is Krishna also who asked him to do that.
Okay.
But the question is that when he carried Krishna, then Yamuna gave path. When he brought the girl, then who gave the path? That they don't say. And he went, then Yamuna parted. But when now Krishna is not there, then how did Yamuna part? Or she remained parted and the water was backing up till he came back. There is no mention of that. So you can explain that as you wish. Okay. So first verse. श्रीशुक उवाच बहिरन्तः पुरद्वारः सर्वा पूर्वदावृताः ततो बालध्वनिं श्रुत्वा गृहपालः समुत्थितः. So Sri Shukdev said that now when Vasudeva came in and he entered back into his room, so he says that the gates of that place, they all became closed as before, Purvat. As they were closed when he was inside, now they again got closed when he came inside them. And then tato baladhvanim shutva grihapalaha sumuttitah. So then the girl, she did not cry all this time. Smart girl. And then when everything is locked in, then she started crying. She says, now is the time to wake up everyone. Right? Children, they cry to wake up the parents. Balanam rodhanam balam. Anritam balam chauranam balanam rodhanam balam. There is a sloka like this, I think, in Chanakya Niti. So the power of thieves is telling lies. Power of children is crying. So now she started baladhvani. It's not saying krandanam. She made some sound. So then the grihapala samuttita. So then the grihapala, the guards who were protecting, they woke up. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti comments, Sarartha Darshini. Mayavakyena kamsasya anutapo devaki kshama durmantri bhir mantranacha chaturthe katyate katha. So the story which is being described here in the 4th chapter is that by the words of Maya, this girl, then Kamsa will regret. He will regret his deeds of killing the sons of Devaki, and he will ask her to forgive him. And then he will have a meeting with his ministers. So this is what is being described in this chapter. So baladhvanim jata matra balaka rodana shabdam. What is the meaning of baladhvani? Says baladhvani is the sound of crying of a child who is just born. So she made the sound, crying sound, after the baby is born. And grihapala, so grihapala literally means those who protect the house. So it means guard. Grihapala is also used for dogs. They are also called grihapala. So when where does this word come? This word came in 9th canto, if you remember the argument which went on between Sharmishtha and Devayani.
They call each other dog.
No, only Sharmishtha called Devayani. So Devayani is daughter of Shukracharya and Sharmishtha is daughter of Vrishparva. So when Sharmishtha by mistake put on the dress of Devayani when they were taking bath naked in the lake, and Shiva was passing by, and they came running to dress up themselves. So then she put on the dress of Sharmishtha, Devayani. So then Sharmishtha is a princess, so she became upset and says, how dare you put on my dress? And then they argued, and he says, what you are talking about? My father is your father's guru. So she said, what guru? He comes and stands at the gate like a grihapala. See the words he uses. That like a dog, he comes and stands at our gate and we give him bhiksha. So in India, previous olden days at least, the dog is not allowed to enter inside the house. He stays only at the gate. That's his place, like the guard. It's not allowed inside. So that's where, so this is Grihapala. So he says Grihapala, Eva is not, but Swana Eva, like dogs. स्वते तु तूर्णम् उपव्रज्य देवक्या गर्भजन्म तत् आचख्युर्भोजराजाय यद उद्विग्नः प्रतीक्षते. So when they heard the crying of the girl, then they ran quickly. Turnam. Turnam yatet na patet. Know the sloka? How does it go? So you should act quickly when you are alive, because you don't know when can Corona kill you. That's the verse is saying. Turnam yatet na patet. You can fall down any time. So turnam means quick. So turnam upvrijya, as soon as they heard the sound, they ran and they Devakya Garbhajan Janma Tat Achakhyu. So they informed Kamsa, Bhoj Raja hai. Bhoj Raja hai, Achakhyu. So fourth case is being used here. Should be Dvitiya. Right? Bhoj Raja Achakhyu. Chestayam. Karmani Chaturthi. There's one sutra like that. So, Yad Udvigna Pratikshate. So they told the king that Devaki has given birth. They don't know also whether she has given birth to a boy or girl. They only heard the crying sound and they ran. So they could have shouted, but they quickly went, didn't want to tell anyone else. And who is this Bhoj Raja? Bhoj Raja Yad Udvigna Pratikshate. So he was waiting for him in a very disturbed state of mind, in a fearful state, anxious state. Because he knew that now the time has come for the 8th child to take birth. And he can be born any time, so he was expecting and he was waiting for this. So for that reason, he was udvigna, very disturbed in the mind, because death is very fearful. Mrityu vyala bhita palayan. Right? We saw that sloka. Martyo mrityu vyala bhita palayan. Sarvan lokan. It's running everywhere, but doesn't find any solace. So this fear of death everyone has. And wherever you go, that is one thing which goes with you. Mrityu devatam vira. Janmana sahajayate. Addevabd shratam teva. Mrityu vai praninam dhruvam. So death is always following us. So therefore he was also afraid. He is a very powerful person. Everybody is afraid of Kamsa, but he is afraid of little girl. Just see. She cannot walk, she cannot talk, she cannot do anything, and he is afraid of her. Big hero. So that is the fear of death. So tata ashtama garbha janma. So the word tata here refers to the 8th child. So they told this to him. Satalpat turnamuthaya kaloyamiti vivalaha suti grihamagat turnam praskalan mukta murdhajaha. So he immediately jumped out of his bed. Probably did not know whether he is dreaming or is real. Maybe he was even having a dream about it. So Satalpat Turnamuthaya. So that means these guards actually had the permission to go inside to his bedroom. Otherwise, how did they reach? Guards are not allowed there. So they must have special permission, because it was so important for him to know. He says any time, day or night, he should inform me immediately, because he didn't want to take any chances. What if this Vasudeva and Devaki somehow slip away the baby, Right? So it can happen like that. Sometimes when there is a danger, then baby is sent away. This happened with whom did it happen? I think in Rajasthan, the famous story of Panna Dhai. I think it was Maharana Pratap. I don't remember. Childhood, there was a story that the child was hidden and sent away because Mughal emperor wanted to kill or something like that. So Kamsa was also having this fear that they can do that, this doubt. So then he immediately got up from the bed, and now he was heavily disturbed. You can imagine, this is the 8th one. So Vivala means full of fear, completely agitated. He says, this is the time. Kala can mean both, this is the time, or this is the death. Kalo ayam. This is my death. So Sute Grihamagat, he went to the room where the child was born, delivery room, and Turnam immediately. So Praskalan Mukta Murdhaja. When he was walking, he was probably not sleeping well, so he was tottering. And Mukta Murdhaja, his hair were disheveled. He didn't have his crown or anything, and he was falling around in a big hurry. So Kala Balka Hantum Ayameva Samayeti Adva Manmirtiriti Bhaina. So the word Kala can mean time, that this is the time for me to kill the child, or Kala can mean that this is my death has come. So both ways. So Tamaha Bhrataram Devi Kripana Karunam Sati Snushayam Tatra Kalyana Striyam Mahantum Arhasi. So obviously you can imagine the situation of Devaki, that already 6 children were killed by him, and now suddenly he appears there at night. We don't know what time the other children were born, probably in the daytime. But now even at night he came. So she was immediately very fearful. So she spoke to him that, my brother, gentle Kalyana, auspicious one, please do not kill this girl. Striyam Mahantumarasi. You are a big hero, and it does not behoove you to kill a girl. What is the heroic deed in doing this? And she said that Snusayam, says she will marry your son. She is like your Putravadhu, right? What you call daughter-in-law. So she is trying to use some niti that already make a relationship. So means I will marry her to your son. So generally it is not allowed, but in Krishna's story this seems to work. In South India they have relations like this. Looks like here also it was, but at least at present in North India such relations are not heard of. But from Yeah, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, everywhere. But not in Madhya Pradesh, UP, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan. I have not heard anything like this.
Also in Gujarat.
Gujarat also you have or no?
No, we don't have that.
Yeah. So I don't know from where Devaki got the idea.
Just to save your daughter.
She must have come from South India. So anyway, so mrityu buddhimatam apohya yavat buddhivalam. One should try to postpone one's death as long as it is possible with your intelligence. And if you cannot do that, what can you do? So she is trying. This is actually presence of mind to speak like this. Otherwise, if she is coming, is powerful person and he has already killed 6 children. So you freeze just by looking at him. But she dared to speak and come up with some, at least deviation, something to stop him, that she is your snusa. She did not even say that she will be. She is saying sunusayam tav. Says she is your daughter-in-law. She already married her to his son who is not born yet. So and she is calling him as Kalyana. Kalyana means who does good to others. So what kind of Kalyana is he? So Devi, so Sri Devaki Devi is called Devi here. So he gives a meaning to this. Saputrasya gopitatvad antardyotamana. So Devi means who is shining, brilliant. Devi Dhatu has many meanings. Also one meaning is Dyotana, to shine. So he is taking that meaning. So he says that inside she was at least satisfied that my son has been hidden. Swaputrasya gopitatvad antardyotamana. So inside she was brilliant or shining or satisfied. Externally she was not happy because she didn't want the girl to be killed. And Sakhyaha Kanyayamapi Jivatu iti Kripana. So she is called Kripana here, means in a pitiable situation, because she did not want that this girl, who is the daughter of her friend Yashoda, so should not be killed. So she is praying for that. Sati tat pratarane kovida. Then the other word used for her here is Sati. So Sati here is used in the sense of expert. That who is expert in deceiving Kamsa. Because Kamsa was deceived by her. Snusat bhavina putrasya yam vadur bhavishyati iti buddhya. So what is her intelligence? Why is calling her Kovida? So intelligent here because she is saying that this is your future daughter-in-law. So she is using this intelligence. Tadapi balad achidya. Yes.
In South, Kalyan also means marriage.
Yes, that is in Andhra. And if you go to Andhra Pradesh, there are many places they have Kalyan Mantapam, means the place where they perform marriage. And in fact some temples also have. So there Kalyan means marriage. In Tirupati I remember. So then what did he do? Kamsa, tadapi balad achidya jigrishantam tamah. So forcefully he was snatching away the girl from her hands, pulling and taking into her hand, grabbing her jigrishantam tamah, and striyam pasyayam abala. So then this last part of the sloka he is applying, because he is saying that he is trying to do that. Says, please do not kill. She is abala, means helpless girl. He kalyana iti stri vadhot uthapapena tava kalyanam ma bhavatu iti bhava. So she is calling him as kalyana, or auspicious person, that you are auspicious, so don't kill her, otherwise you will become inauspicious by the sin which will accrue to you by killing her. Because killing a woman or a girl is greater sin than killing a man or male child. It is forbidden in Shastra. So therefore it says that, I am worried about you, may you not have this sin on your head. So she is speaking in a way, this is diplomacy, to say that it is you who are going to be the loser by killing her. Means you are going to become sinful, so don't do that. So bhavo himsita bhrata shishvaha pavakopamaha tvaya deva nisishrena putrika eka pradiyatam. So she is reminding him that, look, you have already killed so many of my children, my brother, who were brilliant like fire, beautiful, effulgent, and you killed so many of them. So, and this, I don't blame you for that. Tvaya deva nisrishtena. He says, it is only my bad luck that you did this. You are inspired by Deva to do this. So, janami dharmam name nivritti, janami dharmam name pravritti, kenapi devena hridisthitena yathani yuktosmi tatha karomi. So it is supposed to be a statement from Duryodhana, that I know what is dharma, but I cannot follow it. I know what is adharma, I cannot abstain from it. Whatever the Deva sitting in my heart is telling me, I do that. So it's not my fault. So Devaki Devi is telling similar thing to Kamsa, that Deva nisrishtene tvaya pavakopma bahava shishva himsita. That being impelled by fate, by destiny, you killed many of my children. So means he is not saying that you are cruel or anything. You are Kalyan. So now at least give me this girl, Putrika Eka Pradiyatam. At least let me have one girl. What is your fear from her? Don't kill her. This is her request. So Bahava iti, yes.
Earlier when Vasudeva was on the chariot with Kamsa and making his arguments, then Chakravarti Pad was analyzing them in this rubric of Sama, Dhamma, Danda, Bhed. So would Devaki's statements here classify as Bhed perhaps? She's creating some tension, like trying to change his attitude by describing things in this way?
No, this is Sama.
Some.
Bhed means when you try to create dissension among the people. That's called Bhed. Like Krishna was trying with Dhritarashtra when he said, you should capture Duryodhana and put him in prison, that will protect your whole family, otherwise everyone will be killed. That is creating Bheda. He is putting the Dhritarashtra against his own son, but for his good. Obviously you have to do it in a way that they, yes, so that it is your benefit. And then he was trying to do that with Arjuna, Karna, when he was leaving Hastinapura. Then he asked Karna that I want to speak to you in private. So he called him, he met him, and he says, look, you are actually Pandava. You are the eldest of 5 brothers. Kunti has 6 sons, not 5. You join them, and Dhritarashtra will be so happy, he will put everything at your feet. Sorry, Yudhishthira. And then if you leave, Duryodhana will lose all steam to fight. So this is Bheda. It's called. Sama means you speak nice, pleasing, placating words to like a friendly manner. So, Nirdyatva Muktva Shankamana Aha Daiviti. So now she thought that if she has said that you should not kill her, and then Kamsa will think that she is trying to blame me, that I am cruel, I am a killer. So sometimes the blame can be also understood indirectly. You don't blame someone straightforward way, but you speak in a way which the meaning comes, and if you are blaming the person. So thinking that Bahavo Himsita Bhrata, that you have killed many of my sons, so now it means you are a very cruel person. So then he says, no, you did this because of Daiva Nishrashtena. It's not your fault. So, yes.
So even though she's saying that, Kamsa is still implied because he's doing it in knowledge. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, but she didn't want to stress that point. If you want a favor from somebody, you cannot tell that person, you are a horrible person, you are cruel. So she is trying to avoid that. So therefore she says, Daiva Nishrashtena. Otherwise you'll say, oh, so you are saying that I am a cruel person? Then if I am cruel, how can I leave this girl? Cruel person has to do the cruelty, right? So Bhavati Duratikrama, cannot give up my nature. So I said, no, you are not cruel, you are a Kalyana. This just happened by Daiva Nishrashtena. It was my ill fortune. You have nothing to do with it. If you did not kill, somebody else would have killed. They have to be killed. You are just an instrument. Nimitta matram bhavya savya sachi. You are only just nimitta. It has to happen. Daiva, it is Daiva, Daivata. My children are not killed by you, but by Daiva. Daiva Nishrashtena. So Mamayeva etat durdarshtam. It is my misfortune. Tab ko dosh hai. There is no flaw on your part. You have not done anything wrong. Pradiyata anene tvayapi mam sunya krodam ma kuru iti dhannim. So you please give this girl to me so that I will have a child in my lap. Otherwise I will have no children anymore. So this is her danya, or her humility is showing. ननु अहम ते ह्यवर्जा दीना हत सुता प्रभो दातुमर्हसि मंदाया अंगैमाम चरमाम प्रजाम. So she is trying her best. She is calling him now as Prabhu, Master, Lord. So he says, "Oh Master, Prabhu, I am your younger sister, Avaraja, Dina. I am lowly and I am Manda. I am having ill fortune, Manda Bhagya. So I deserve to be shown some mercy. So this is my last child. Please don't kill her. Because all of my earlier children have been killed by you. So please give me the gift of this girl." This is her request to him. So, Anga he Bhrata. So, she is speaking in a very humble mood, calling him as Kalyan, Prabhu, Bhrata, calling herself as Avaraja. So, all whatever she can think that it can change his mind, that's what she is trying. But Kamsa is fixed in his idea. He's not interested in listening. So then, even when she spoke all this, she even called herself as the younger sister. Usually brothers are compassionate to their younger sisters. So that also did not change Kamsa's heart. So Kamsa is Kasi Dhatu Himsayam. That's why he is Kamsa. So Sri Shuka Vacha Upguhyatmajam evam Rudatyadina dinavat Yachitastam vinirбhatsyam hastadachidde achichide khalaha. So now Sukdev Goswami is not calling him as Kalyan or anything, he says he is a Khalaha. He is a very wicked person. So what he did, what the wicked person Khala did, Upguhi Atmajam Evam. So when she was trying to hide the girl, Upguhi Atmajam Evam, she was trying to hold the baby to her chest because he must be putting his hand to hold the baby and she is trying to hold on to her, not to give it to her. So that is Upguhi Atmajam Evam Rudatya, and she is crying Dina Dinavat, in a very pitiable state of mind, more Dina than Dina. Yachita Stam, she is begging him, but he did not listen. So Vinirбhatсya, disregarding her request, he pulled away, he snatched away the girl from her hand. Hastad achichide khala. So that's why he is calling as Khala. So evam anena prakarena atmajam sakanyam eva ityartha. So in this way she was trying to hold on to her daughter. Dina Dinavat, Dinadapi Dina Janaiva. So Dina Dinavat means who was more Dina than the Dina. Dinatapi Dina. So more lowly than the lowly, more humble than the humble. Natu tatha tasya swa apatya bhavat. So he says that this the word vat has been used here. So means that she is not some lowly person, she is mother of Krishna. So, but she was acting or behaving like this to protect the girl. And Eva natu tatha, like that, but not actually. Why? Tasya swapatya bhavat, because she was not her own daughter. Tam devkim achichide akrishya jagra. So then he took away the girl from her hand by force. Satam grihitva charanayor jatamatram sashuh sutam apothya chila prishthe swarthon milita sohrida. So after taking the girl from her hands by the feet, so he pulled her by the feet from her hands. Jatamatram, who was just born, Swasu Sutam, the daughter of his sister, Apothyat Chila Prasthe, and then he smashed the girl on stone. Swartha Unmulita Sohrida. Who is he? He is called here Swartha Unmulita Sohrida. Who is Sohrida, his Sobhan Hridaya, his good-heartedness has been uprooted because of selfish nature. So because he wanted to protect his own life, therefore he became so cruel that he lost all goodness of the heart, that he was ready to kill the girl, sister's daughter. So apothyat balena chikshepa. Apothyat means very forcefully he threw the girl onto the stone. So threw actually means that he did not really throw her, but was trying to do that. Because in the next sloka it is said that she slipped away. Satadhastat samutpatya sadyo devi ambaram gata adrishyata anuja vishnuhu sayudhashta mahabhuja. So she jumped out of her hands. He was throwing her, but she slipped from the hand and went into the sky, ambaram gata. And then she disappeared, adrishyata anuja. So she was seen as Vishnu Anuja, sister of Krishna. So now she manifested in the eight-handed form, Ayudha Ashta Mahabhuja, having weapons in 8 hands, sitting on a lion. She was up in the sky, shining, Dyotamana. So we'll stop here, and he will describe her and what she will speak.
Babaji Maharaj?
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Can I please ask a question?
Yeah.
So, how, Babaji Maharaj, if Vasudev was a Kshatriya king, and why did he not fight or resist Kamsa's, atrocities?
Because he is in prison. So how he is going to fight? Shivaji Maharaj was captured by Aurangzeb and put in the prison. So how can he fight there? He fought when he was outside. He was chained. You read that? Nigada. He had shackles, handcuffs. He was tied.
Earlier, I think he had pleaded to forgive Devaki and promised to give his, children to him if he spared Devaki's life. And is that also part of, Niti or?
Earlier what?
When Kamsa had, wanting to kill Devaki, prior to her having any children, and he had promised that he would give the children to Kamsa.
Yeah, because at that time, you see, fighting is not also that he just fights stupidly. He is coming from the marriage, he's not having his army or anything. He's coming from Kamsa's place, wherever it was. It's like you are in the enemy's place and now you want to fight, you're alone. What would you do? You'll get killed.
Right.
So you have to be intelligent. He would have killed him on the spot. Yes. Anyone else?
Earlier you said that everyone has a fear of death. So can you explain that when people commit suicide, how is it that it seemingly appears that they are welcoming death upon themselves?
Yeah, but they are not very happy to do that. Those who are committing suicide, you think they are very happy? No, they are suffering so much that they want to get rid of that situation. It does not mean that they are not fearing death, but they are fearing more what is on their plate, what they are facing. So they prefer to die than to be in that situation. Nobody commits suicide in normal state of mind. And there are many people who may have the idea of committing suicide, but how many commit suicide? A very minimal percentage. The idea of suicide comes to practically everybody once in a while. Right? But how many really act on that? So why do they don't act? It's not easy thing to face death.
One small question.
Yes.
Here the word Vishnu, Anuja is used, which is younger sister of Sri Krishna. So then can one conclude that Durga Devi already had a power of being younger sister of Krishna, and that's why she was, and she also appeared like that. Just like we have this example of they had a power of being mother of Krishna. So so it can be also applied to this.
Yeah. Okay, anything? Yes.
Yeah, what is this dhatu apothayat?
This is Puth Dhatu, Puth. So there is Puth Hinsayam, and there is also Puth in another meaning. And there is two Puth Dhatus.
Siddhanta Pradeep translates as Prakshalya Vastram Iva Balena Tikshepa.
जैसे कपड़ा धोते हैं in the Indian style in the villages. You have not seen this. They go to the river and they take the cloth and then they hit it on the stone. Old style. This is a washing machine. So that is called Pothan. Yes.
The last class, you mentioned these different types of seva that Shesha is doing to Krishna, and one of this was being the dress. And do you remember any leela or any description of when this actually happened?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm just curious of to hear one example of Shesha being the dress.
Now when Krishna is born, he became a child, right? So now when he is becoming child, he was naked. So when he goes to Vraja, to Gokula, then they will bring dress for him. That will be Shesha will become that. He will take the form of his dress.
And then in the fourth verse which we read today, so 10:4, there's the first sentence of Chakravarti. He says, Devi Swaputrasya Gopi Tattva. Could you explain again this Gopi Tattva? Swaputrasya Gopi Tattva?
Hiding. Gopdad. Sangopan to hide. So their own son was hidden. Or Gopsa Rakshana, whichever meaning you want to take. Gop also means to protect or to hide. So Krishna was taken away and hidden. So that is the meaning of Gopi Tattva. Swaputrasya Gopi Tattvat Antardyotamana.
How does a devotee experience death compared to a non-devotee?
How does it experience? Non-devotee is attached to body. So he's having this fear of giving up, and devotee knows that life is eternal. Just passing away from that. So describe this like a snake gives its slow. You have seen snake? They change their skin every year. Sometimes you find them here. So they will go, this external skin, after some time it becomes loosened up. And then they will go into some shrub or something and it will stick there and they come out of that. So like that, they give up. Tadit Saudamani Yatha. In case of Narada Rishi, it is described that just like a lightning, Prapanch Nepatat Panch Bhautika says, my material body fell down. Arabdha Karma Nirvana Nepatat Panch Bhautika. So when my Arabdha Karma, Prarabdha Karma was finished, then body fell down like a lightning. And he got another body. Prajyamane mai. Suddham Bhagavatim Tanu. Arabdha Karma Nirvana Nepatat Panch Bhautika. Okay.